Hello friends, today we will discuss some tips and tricks for the living world chapter. Now, first is defining features. So what are defining features? Defining features are features that are common for only living organism and not for non-living organisms. Now, the first tips and tricks we will remember is mimicry. M-I-M-I-C-R-Y. Mimicry. Now here M stands for metabolism. I stands for intrinsic growth or internal growth. Next again I stands for irritability. C stands for consciousness. R stands for response to stimuli. These are some defining features that are found exclusively in living organism and not found in any kind of non-living organism. We will come to another trick for non-defining features. Now, non-defining features are such features that are common for both living as well as non-living organism. Here we see the tricks. The trick is general manager. Now we have to remember in general manager the following alphabet G, R, M, R. G stands for growth. R stands for reproduction. M and R stands for metabolic reactions. So growth is a non-defining feature since it is found in both living as well as non-living organism. Reproduction is exhibited in both kind, and metabolic reactions, some in vitro metabolic reactions, are part of non-living organism, not as an entirely living being. Next, we will see the next mnemonic. Now, this is very commonly asked. What are the different steps of asexual reproduction? What are the different types of asexual reproduction? The trick is boy's father is very realistic than girl's father. Now again, we'll focus on the highlighted alphabet, that's B, F, S, V, R, G and F. B stands for budding. F stands for fission. S stands for sporulation. V stands for vegetative propagation. R stands for regeneration. G stands for gamma. F stands for fragmentation. So these are the different types of asexual reproduction: budding, fission, sporulation, vegetative propagation, regeneration, gamma. Gamma are asexual bird found in Mercantia. Then comes fragmentation. All these are different types of asexual reproduction. Now we will see the next trick. What are the different organisms that exhibits fragmentation? Now these examples are given and is highlighted in the NCERT and is quite important. So we will simply remember RPF. RPF is a common abbreviation for Railway Police Force. We can remember in this way. RPF, here R stands for rhizopus, that are fungi. P stands for protonema of moss. Protonema of moss, that is the juvenile stage of moss. F stands for filamentous algae. And what are the filamentous algae? You know, it's Spirogyra. It can be Eulothrix. we will move on. What are the different examples? These are very commonly seen, these examples, and are highly common, that can come in either in the part of zoology or in the part of botany. What are the different examples of regeneration? We can remember this by this trick, palash. Palash is a beautiful flowers that grows during the spring season. Now, palash, P stands for planaria, A stands for asterias. Asterias is the scientific name of starfish. L stands for liver fluke. S stands for sponges, and H stands for hydra. So that's all. It's for P for planaria, A for asterias or starfish, L for liver fluke, S for sponges, H for hydra. Next, we move on to the next trick, taxonomic hierarchy. Taxonomic hierarchy. Now, here there are 7 obligate taxonomic hierarchy. I've given a very simple trick to remember it. It's Saurabh Ganguly's family ordered chawal, dal, and kebab. Saurabh Ganguly's family ordered chawal, dal, and kebab. Saurabh S stands for species. Ganguly's G stands for genus. Family F stands for family itself. O for order. C for class. D for division. Division is given for plant, and similarly phylum is given for animal. So if it is animal, it will be phylum. If it is plant, it will be division. Lastly, we will see K stands for kingdom. So these are the 7 obligate category in the taxonomic hierarchy. That is, S stands for species, G for genus, F family, O order, C for class, D for division, K for kingdom. These are very commonly asked different types of questions about the taxonomic hierarchy that are quite seen, and it might be very confusing if you don't remember the sequence. So the last trick of this chapter that I will discuss is, we have seen that herbarium. What is herbarium? Herbarium is a artificial way by which any rare plant specimen can be preserved. Herbarium can be done in any place. It can be done adjoining to an botanical garden or near a research institute. There are many prominent herbarium throughout the world. Now, what are the steps of herbarium preparation? The sequence is commonly asked. So here is the trick. Call those people. I've written here those, not those, to sync with the terminology. Call those people who might show lungi dance. So very easy. Call those people who might show lungi dance. Again, you have to focus on the highlighted alphabet, that is C, D, P, M, S, L, and D. C stands for collection. D stands for drying. So first you have to collect the plant specimen. After that, you have to give it for drying the specimen completely. P stands for poisoning. That means decontamination from any microorganism using mercury chloride, any other chemical, etc., etc. Finally, M stands for mounting. You have to properly mount it on a particular board, followed by stitching or stapling, followed by labeling. The last step is labeling is very important, because in this labeling, the plant specimen common name, the scientific name, the name of the discoverer, and everything regarding about the extra that is found where, what is its usefulness, is mentioned here. And lastly, D, that will stands for deposition. Here I have not mentioned it, you can write it down. D stands for deposition. So C for collection, D for drying, P for poisoning, M for mounting, S for stitching, L for labeling, and D for deposition. So finally it has to be deposited into that piece of paper. It has to be properly exhibited and kept in a place, or in a cupboard, or in a file, along with naphthalene balls or any other disinfectant to preserve it for a long time. So that's all, friends. We have seen this much tricks that is very helpful for this chapter. Thank you. We'll meet in our next videos.